Alright, what is going on everybody? Captain here, back with another Marvel Contest of Champions video, and today I'm bringing you a little quick tips on the Web-Slinger challenge that was just added to the game. It's similar to the Batista challenge, if you remember that one. It's supposed to be harder than that one, but in my experience so far, it actually seems pretty easy. So it's just a lot of the Spider-Man characters. For this first one, you can see the team I have over there on the left, Scarlet Witch, Star-Lord, Glen, Magic, and then Hyperion. The main thing to note for this entire quest is that there's this life transfer, which if you're familiar with Act 5, I believe it was introduced 5.1, is where when you're constantly taking a 2% degen, but at the same time, every time you attack them, make contact with them, you gain 125% of that damage in health back into you. So you'll see throughout the fight, I'll constantly be regenning every time I attack the opponent, which is super helpful and is really a lifesaver you'll see throughout this entire quest. So for this Spider-Man, the first one, not really anything special going on with him. Really, he's just, he has the fissure, which is the stacking armor break, so every time he makes contact with you, he'll add an armor break. Also make note that the special 3 is active for this, so that is something you want to pay attention to. Other than that, this Spider-Man just has a lot of crits. So I went in with Gwen, and I really wanted to just kind of play him where I try to only go in when I had him stunned, or just try to counter him in, and anytime he'd have that evade, I would just dash back. Also, you'll see a lot, I don't try to evade his special 1 at all, and that is because I'll just take the damage from blocking it, because when I go back in and hit him, I'll just gain that health back. You see right there, I just sat there and blocked it, and then I'll go in right there after I get the stun, and I got all of that health right back. So it's super helpful, and with Gwenpool, you have the class advantage. You get bleeds, you can get those random stuns as well. Also, I wanted to do my best to just push her up to her special 3 first, because as you can see, I am using my suicide masteries. With the lifesteal, it kind of counterbalances the recoil from suicide. So suicides are definitely viable to use for this challenge. But I wanted to get her special 3 off, get a huge chunk of health back, plus I get that armor break, so now she's going to be hitting harder. I did try to evade that special 1, not sure why, but for the most part I just tanked them. And then see, my health is for the most part staying at 100% for the entire fight here with Spider-Man. Bait out that special 2 as much as if you can. His special 2 is easier to get, but then you see it take him down there, and I ended that fight with a full bar of health. So 44 hits, not too bad to take down that Spider-Man. And again, this is, I didn't mention before, this is my 3rd run through of the map. I kind of showed that in the beginning. I had taken the 1 map through and I didn't record it, and then I started my 2nd run. I got through the 2nd path without dying, so I was like, might as well just go into the 3rd path, and decided I would record it. Also, another thing with this event, you can teleport to whichever path you want. You don't have to finish it all in one go, which is very nice, which was a kind of a pain in the butt about the Batista challenge. You had to do it all in one run. So this is different. It's been much better and much more easy to defeat. So next we have the Symbiote Spider-Man, which might give a lot of problems for a lot of people because he has an unblockable 1. Other than that, everything is the same, but Spider-Man Symbiote is the same special as the regular Spider-Man, so his special is a little bit harder to get away from. So the web sling part actually isn't the part that's unblockable. It's afterwards when he starts punching you is the part that's unblockable. So you'll see in the fight, I get hit a couple times. I go in with Scarlet Witch though, because also when he activates a special, he activates that evade buff. And with her, you'll see a couple times here, once it comes up, she just nullifies it almost instantly. And again, this first fight actually didn't go very well. You can see right there, I did nullify it, got my health back up, then I get hit again by the special, and I'm about to die. So quickly, I had to go and revive her, because I knew that I would be able to do better than that, because I did better than the first time with her. So I quickly revived her, back up, and I only did just 1 revive. Didn't put any health potions in it, because you'll see with the lifesteal, my health jumps right back up to where I need it to be in just a second here. Alright, there we go. I get a stun right off the bat, super nice, and obviously you can see my health now. We're up to at least 3/4, so as long as I stay active and stay fighting, pushing at him as much as I can, I'm going to get some power steals in here. I don't think I ever get any of the power locks, but you can see I take a recoil from taking a special 2, but I'll get the health right back. So in my opinion, Scarlet Witch was a really good option for Symbiote Spider-Man. I didn't struggle outside of that first run. If you get clipped by a couple special ones, she might die. But for the most part, if you can chain a couple lucky power steals and power locks, you're not going to have any problems with Symbiote Spider-Man. I pretty much take him down, no problem in this second fight against him. Scarlet Witch still hits like a tank. Those people that, you know, say that she's not very good after 12.0, I still think she's really good. She can still get the regen, and I feel like her regen is a little bit more since, what is it, 14.0 came out now? I don't even know. But her regen seems to be a little bit better. Still doesn't activate very often, but when it does, it is very nice, and her specials still hit really hard. So I still love I enjoy playing with Scarlet Witch. And her special 1 has been buffed a little bit so that you can actually use it before it got blocked every single time. So you can see there, it took him down pretty easily. Again, she ended the fight with just about full health, I think. So up next we have Spider-Gwen, and she's definitely the easiest fight of the entire challenge. I actually forgot to show what her nodes were, but I went back and looked, and the only difference between her is she has a Stupefy node, which increases the duration of stun effects by 100%, which just means don't get hit by her special 2 and you'll be fine. Because even though she is a Spider-Gwen, she has a very high PI and everything, so she will hit you pretty hard if she hits you. But you know, her special 1 easy to avoid, obviously, and then her special 2 again easy to avoid. So you just gotta make sure to bait those out, and you shouldn't have any trouble with Spider-Gwen. You can see I already have her down half of her health, and with Gwenpool, just with the bleeds and everything, just wasn't even a contest with her. So Spider-Gwen, you don't really have to worry about her too much. Just don't get hit by her special 2 and you'll be good to go. Alright, and there we go. I decided to use my special 3 to finish her off, even though she would have bled out. And you can see my bar of health is completely full again. So again, super easy fights there. This challenge so far is not living up to the hype that they were making it sound like. They were making it, Kabam tried to make it seem like this was going to be a lot more difficult than the Batista challenge. And I did not, so far I do not find it that much, I don't even find it like half as hard as the Batista challenge. I struggled with the Batista because I didn't have a magic at the time. So next up we have Miles Morales. Only difference here is he has the mirror, which doesn't really, it just means every 7 seconds is going to mirror any of your buffs that you have pretty much, but you know, you don't really have to worry about that. Other than that, you really just want to make sure you parry go against him and try to get him to use up those 5 evades as fast as possible. If he doesn't, just play smart. He's easy. His special 1 is really easy to evade, and you'll see a couple times here I get clipped by it, which I was just thrown off by. I normally have no problem evading it, but as you see, I have no problem getting my health back up. A couple times I get low, but yeah, I'm able to get my health right back to where it needed to be. And other than that, he is a fairly easy fight to go against. There we go. Finally evaded his special 1 that time. Also with him, you don't want to use your specials really, because then I'll just give him more of the evade buffs as well, as most of you probably know at this point. He is a fairly straightforward champion. Special 2, yeah, it doesn't really do much. Again, with any of these champions, except for the Symbiote Spider-Man, blocking their specials isn't going to hurt you that bad because you can just get that health right back. So here we go, Spider-Man goes down right there. And we can move on to the last one, which is the new Spider-Man Tech Enhanced, or Stark Tech Enhanced, whatever it's called, I can't remember. And for him, the only new thing on him is whenever a taunt debuff is applied on the attacker, it drains 50% of the power. So don't get hit, try not to let those taunts get on you, because the way the taunts do, every 5 hits on you, then they add a taunt. So make sure to stay away from that. And then a couple other kind of things. he gains a bar of power when he's damaged by a special attack if the Stark tech is active. So that's really about it for him. Also, the main thing for him is he is stun immune. So that is the biggest problem. So I go in with Hyperion, and normally with Hyperion you want to parry and then use your heavy. So I can't really do that because he won't be stunned when I parry. So I had to get a little bit creative. So what I found out worked, if you just back away and start your heavy, then he shoots forward and then he can get it in. I missed on the first one, but you'll see a little bit later I make contact with it. Spider-Man's special 1 is pretty easy to avoid, and there you saw I use my heavy right after he uses his special, which is a great time to get that heavy in still. If you're close you can get that first punch in, you'll daze him, and then you can get the next ones. So it's really helpful. Also with his special 1, you do need to wait kind of a split second before he comes down, otherwise you'll miss. I think I have an example of that in here, or it might have happened in the first round before I was recording. So here we go with special 2. Pretty easy to avoid. The first shoot, I don't know if you can avoid the last 2. And his heavy is kind of hard to pick up on because it's so quick, and it's just he doesn't move much, and so I caught myself missing it a little bit. So it's kind of hard to counter his heavy. You just have to really pay attention. Yeah, I missed it a lot of times here watching it back, that when I was playing I don't even think I noticed he was using it. With Hyperion though, his special 3 is very helpful because it does a lot of damage, and you'll get your health right back up to almost full health anytime you use it. And it'll do a good amount of damage against them because you have the class advantage. So I felt Hyperion was a really good option for this tech Spider-Man. And moving forward anyways in the game, obviously Hyperion is the best cosmic in the game, most believe at least. We won't get into a debate on that, but I thought I didn't struggle really at all. So far, any of the times I faced him, you can see I take him down right there with Hyperion at full health as well. So up next we have Vulture. Vulture for me was by far the hardest part of this entire challenge so far. But yes, he is definitely the hardest challenge in my opinion, and mainly because he is stun immune. His animations I'm not used to whatsoever, and he has an insane power gain. He has a 100% power gain, so you'll see when I get to just like a 10 move combo, he almost has his 3 bars of power already. And so that really kind of limits the amount of attacking you can do. And in this first fight, I figured I would try to go out with Hyperion since I got the class advantage. And so I get a heavy off right in the beginning. Again, I just countered his heavy attack. Good time to use that heavy for Hyperion since he's stun immune. And I want to bait out his specials. He also has, he's more likely to use his special 3 in this, and but I found that to be not very true. He uses special 1 and special 2 fairly frequently, so I didn't really have to worry about that. And I found that baiting his special 1 is a lot easier than his special 2, but his special 2 isn't that hard either. I just kind of, throughout the couple times I had to face him here, I kind of rushed in a little too soon on the special 2 and got hit. Once I get to show the special 2, I'll explain it a little bit better. But here we go, Hyperion gets taken down right there, so didn't really do very well with him. I decided next I would kind of just test out the rest of my champions that I have. Also, I didn't show his nodes beforehand, so I'm going to pull those up in a second here so that you guys can see those. But you'll see them when you get to him. Again, he has the life transfer, health, attack, critical hits, stun immune, special 3 does 10% more damage, and the special 3 is more likely to be activated. And also he has the heal block, the power gain of course that I mentioned. Anytime he uses a special, he puts on a heal block, I believe is what it was. So here kind of sped through when I was using my other champions. Gwenpool I did pretty well. The first time I actually faced him on the first round, I used Gwenpool and I had to use a couple revives. And then again here I go in with Scarlet Witch. And this fight, I'm going to slow it down in just a second. Something happened that I really don't know why. It might just be a feature for Vulture, but you'll see right here, I get backed up into the wall, and I go to hit him, and I miss. It pops up, says miss there, and again, if you miss that, happened really fast, straight up misses, and it says miss. So it wasn't just like a game mechanic where the game glitched out, but then right after I just get destroyed. So not really sure what that was about. So I went ahead and cut out the rest and jumped forward to my best fight against him, which was with Glen. He used his special one a lot here, so that's kind of what I found out that was working best for me. So bait out that special one, and you can see he just shoots his wings at you, and the second those get over your head, you can dash in and then counter him. His special 2, it's pretty easy to evade as well. You just have to wait for the air to just blow out from his wings as well, and then you can run in. Right here in a second, he's going to use his special 2, and I was blocking, but I still got hit by it. I'm not quite sure what happened there. I think I might have tried to back out, but I did notice that happening a couple times with some other champions, so not really sure what that was. I don't think he has an unblockable because it didn't pop up, but I just kind of found I had trouble with his special 2 evading, which is why I tried to bait out his special 1 as much as possible. But here we go, the final takedown with him. I think I had to end up using 4 or 5 revives total for this run. So not too bad, pretty easy. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Glen so far was the MVP for me, but you could definitely use champions like Black Widow, Crossbones, Elektra, Agent Venom, any of those people that do the evading, prevent the evading, but I really didn't find evasion really to be the issue here. It was kind of just a couple other random things like the stun immune and then the unblockable one. So I hope this video helped you guys out, and I hope you guys are enjoying this challenge because I certainly am. Thank you for watching, and I need to get back into the featured 4-star Spider-Man grind, and I will catch you next time.